Welcome back. As we have seen, shortest seek time first. It is better compared to first come first serve. If we look into the number of cylinders met, it is, but it is not optimum. And there is one more scheduling algorithm suggested is scan. What this scan is, the scan algorithm deals with. It's very simple. Mm, in the scan, what happens? The scan algorithm, in this, the disk arm starts at one end and starts from one end of the disk and moves towards the other end, from one end to other end. While going from one end to other end, from wherever it starts, from one end to other end, it keeps serving the request as it reaches each cylinder until it goes to the last, or until it goes to other end of the disk. Once it reaches other end of the disk, the direction of the head movement is reversed, right? And it starts moving in the other direction. And while moving in the other direction, and it starts continuing servicing those head reads, right? So the head continuously scans back and forth across the disk. It keeps on scanning from one end to another end across the disk. And this particular scan algorithm is also known as elevator algorithm, right? So since the disk arm behaves just like an elevator in the building, first serving all the requests going up and then reversing the service requests other way, right? We have seen elevators in the malls and all in a similar way. So let's return to the example which we have discussed, or we were discussing in the previous algorithms. Let's take this as an example, right? It starts from 53, right? So we need to know the direction of the head movement first, in addition to the head's current position. Assuming that the disk arm is moving towards 0 and that becomes the initial head position and is again 53, the head will next service 37 and then 14, like that, right? First, from 53, as you can see, it moves towards 0. This is 0 and the current head position is 53. In our previous example also, we have taken this as our reference point. From 53, first, as I said, it starts moving towards one direction and till it reaches the end. Whatever comes in the path, all those will be served. Once it reaches 0, it starts traveling in the opposite direction till it reaches other end. So then it serves. So let's start with 53, and initially it moves towards 0 first, right? While from 53 it moves to 0, whatever references are there, those will be served. So from 53, you can see in this direction 37 and 14 are there, right? So 37 will be served. After that it moves and 14 will be served, and it reaches one end of the disk. I cannot say beginning, we can say, since it is 0, we can say at the beginning of the disk. Now it is here, again it starts traveling in this direction. So in this direction, 14, which is the first after 53, is 65. 65 is served and 67 is served, which is near to this. Then 97 is served, 122, 124, and finally it serves 183. So in this way, it starts from the reference point towards one end, serving all the references. Once it reaches one end, it reverses its traveling or traversing or scanning. Now it scans like this. While scanning, it services 65, 67, which are on the way, 98, 98, 122, 124, and 183, which is the last, right? So like this, it scans from the reference to one end and reverses to reach other end. On the path, on the way, whatever comes and whoever, how much ever uh, references come, that will be served, right? So let us consider. So if the request arrives, alteration, whatever we have discussed in SSTF also, if a request arrives in a queue just in front of the head, it will be served almost immediately. A request being arriving just behind the head will have to wait until arms move to other end and come back. That is the biggest disadvantage. If the new request comes after it, immediately it will be served, whichever direction it is moving. Right? For example, see if it is moving here, a request comes, say while serving 37, if it comes 38, it will be served immediately. What if 35 comes after serving? Now it is here, it will be served, but when it coming reverse is not possible. It is only possible once it reaches the end. So that is a disadvantage we need to understand, right? So assuming a uniform distribution of requests for cylinders, consider the density of request when the head reaches one end and reverses the direction. At this point, what happens? Relatively few requests are immediately in front of that head, since these cylinders have recently been served. So the heaviest density requests is at the other end of the disk, so these requests also waited for the longer time. Fine. So this is how the scan algorithm or scan scheduling works. And let's see the video which explains this with a proper animation, which helps you to understand this scan more precisely.
Scan, otherwise known as elevator algorithm. In this algorithm, the head moves from one end of the disk to the other end, say for example from the end cylinder to the beginning cylinder, and on the way it services all the pending IO requests for the cylinders it come across. And after reaching the other end, the head changes its direction and proceeds to the other end, and the servicing continues. And if any new request arrives for the cylinders it come across before the head, such cylinders will also be serviced on the way. This way the head continuously scans back and forth across the disk. Now consider our example in which there are 200 cylinders named cylinder 0 to cylinder 199, and these are the queue of requests which are pending, and these are the cylinders corresponding to these requests in their order on the disk, and the read-write head is currently on cylinder number 53 accessing some data on cylinder number 53, and the head is actually moving inwards toward the spindle. Hence, the direction of the read-write head is currently towards the cylinder 0. Thus, the head is actually moving from the end cylinder to the beginning cylinder and currently is on cylinder number 53. Now, on the way to cylinder number 0, it will process the cylinder 3714 and move till the end up to cylinder 0, even though there are no requests in between. And after reaching the end, the head changes its direction and proceeds to the other end, servicing the remaining requests, which are 65, 67, 98, 122, 124 and 183. This is the last request in this queue. Now the head keep on servicing, head will keep on moving till the end up to here, again change its direction and move towards the cylinder 0 and so on. So for our request, for our queue of requests from cylinder 53 to 183, total how many cylinders the head have to come across? Head moves from 53 to 0 first in this direction, hence here it come across 53 cylinders, and from 0 to 183 it come across 183 cylinders. Hence total 53 plus 183, 236 cylinders have to be crossed in order to service all these requests. Now what are the advantages of this method of disk scheduling algorithm? Compared to first come first serve, we can see there is much improvement in the performance. And unlike SSTF, the implementation is not complex since we just need to scan back and forth across the disk servicing the requests. And the main thing compared to SSTF here, there is no chance for starvation too. The head keeps on scanning from one end to the other end, hence every request will be served. Now coming to the limitations of this algorithm, the head moves till the end even though there are no requests on the way. Here we can see after cylinder number 14, there are no requests which are currently pending between cylinder 14 and cylinder 0. Even then, the head keep on moving till the end. Now to understand the next problem of this algorithm, assume a uniform distribution of requests across the disk. We know that as the head proceeds from one direction to the other end, all the pending requests in the queue will be serviced, as well as even if some new requests arrive for the cylinders it come across before the head, such requests will also be serviced. This means by the time the head reaches the other end, almost all requests in this region will be serviced. So upon reaching this other end and when head changes its direction, there is chance for a few number of requests in this region and the high density of requests will be in the other end, because this end has been processed recently. And the high density of requests which are waiting on the other side have to wait for a long time till the head reaches this end, changes its direction, process this pure number of requests and come all the way before reaching them. So in the coming videos, let's see how to overcome the limitations of the scan algorithm and modify it as new algorithms.
I hope the video gave you more information that when we visualize something, it gives us more information than just talking on a particular presentation. I hope that animation helped you to understand these three animations, whatever we have discussed about shortest job, STSF or first come first serve or this scan. So we will discuss next three set of algorithms in the coming videos. Thank you.